go. Hey, why not? Ah, there's no sound, huh? Well, let's change that. Howdy, y'all. Oklahoma. That's Dallas. Come on, man. I know Chad hates the lyrical content of this music. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another interesting day of tailgating with me. Yes, I'm still Donald, but I am the Voodoo Review. For anybody watching, yes, it's traditional Friday treat, a Alec Bradley Black Market, or at least for me. By the way, howdy, Chad. Glad to see you in today. Surprised that you haven't found, well, your way out of California. Being that it's just Chad and me talking, because I see there's a couple of other people watching, but nobody seems to want to talk other than Chad. Chad, how do you feel about a California court saying that Smith and Wesson can be sued because an AR-15 can be modified into a machine gun? I want to know where the Reed Bender, howdy sir. I want to know where the courts get these things. This is ridiculous. Boris, who? Let's see. It's been a while since I've said it. Huva Ilta Boris. Listening on the smart TV while doing some stuff. Hey, not a problem, bud. Take your time. Do what you got to do. Yes, Chad, I do believe that that would also be the exact case that came to mind for me. Next, people in Oklahoma will be suing Ford because Timothy McVeigh modified that truck into a freaking bomb. Hey, you just have to somehow get the case into California law. They'll let you do any kind of stupidity. They've already made it so that your rights as far as the Second Amendment are infringed to the fucking gone. Good luck. Hey, any of y'all steel workers out there, just remember your product can get you sued because eventually it can be modified into something that goes bang. Am I the only person that sees a certain fallacy here? I could produce, if I had the ability and the knowledge and the machinery to do it, I could produce firearms left, right, sideways all day long. I could stack them to the ceiling and back. I could load each and every one of them, make sure that every one of them is ready to go off, no safety on them and anything. And then I can just sit it there. And unless some freak of nature happens or a human comes in and grabs hold of it, it will just sit there. So now we're going to sue companies because somebody took the time to make an illegal modification? Chad, I agree with you entirely, which is part of the reason why I'm not going to be a guinea pig. If that means that I am unable to go back to work or whatever, I am not going to be a guinea pig for big pharma and government to jump into bed and make billions on a vaccine that 20 years later we come to find out has massive drawbacks. I mean, let me give you a for example. I take Allegra because I have allergies. I've been taking Allegra for freaking years. I remember what the backside and the label used to say. But come to find out, there's actually certain medical conditions, if you take anti-allergy medications on a regular basis, that it can impair your ability to function after several years of use. Howdy, Todd. How you doing? I'm going to say this. I still function pretty damn good. Because I only take it when I need to. I'm not one of those that's so allergic to everything that I have to take it every day. Or how about, howdy Dave, how's it going? How about Roundup, weed killer? Well, that shit causes cancer. It's still on the damn shelves. Oh, but It'll cause cancer, but if you're exposed to it, I'm fully expecting California to come out with cancer warnings for use of oxygen. It's coming. It is coming. Scientifically, it's been proven that no person has ever had cancer that has not also had oxygen. Howdy, Flat Cap. Raphael, how's it going? Yeah, Chad, it's this world's just getting pretty crazy all the way through. By the way, Raphael, good cigar, sir. Good cigar. We all kind of know I'm a cigar aficionado. So I'm hoping to see Desert Pine today because I found him some Desert Pine sauce. What do you think? I think he might be appreciative of beaver sauce. Working and listening, hey, that's not right. You just missed the picture of beaver sauce if you were working and listening. Raphael, I'm going to tell you straight out. Anytime you have a question on a cigar, I believe you have my email. Please, please, shoot me an email. I mean, when you're going to get a classic Bahique, and if you don't actually know what it is that you've got in your hands, I would love for you to actually know what you're about to do. Now, see, Raphael, I'm going to tell you, that's a Christmas cigar or a special occasion cigar. And that you got it for someone gave it to you. That's man. Whoever that is, that's a friend. Yes, Chad, I believe you're correct. 208. Not a bad price for beaver sauce. Put the spice back in your life. Comes in creamy and extra hot. Nashville, hello. Have we all signed up to be watching Nashville Mafia live? I believe we all should have. Oh yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with smoking that cigar right away, but if you would have known, I know you would have saved it for a real special occasion. Now, it is hard to beat a good cigar pretty much any time of year, but if your price tag is trying to keep it down into a budget-friendly package, I definitely suggest smoking a pipe. Even cheap cigars are going to cost more than pipe tobacco. That's all there is to it. Cheapest cigar you got still costs more than a pipe. Unless you got something that's like crazy, crazy expensive for pipe tobacco. Like what was auctioned off on Jay Mouton's channel, you know, some of that $300 for a bag. Yeah, that might actually be more expensive than cheap cigars. Boris, I agree with you. And yes, it was a Cuban. And yes, I did see what he was smoking. And yes, it was an actual Cohiba Bohique. And I'm just kind of glad that he liked it. Well, Raphael, here in the States, that particular cigar can go for as much as 50 or 60 bucks. Because it is Cuban, so therefore it's not technically allowed to be here, at least for sale. Um, I have seen people willingly purchase them for 60 bucks and not even blink it, not even bat an eye when they hear, oh, 60 bucks. They just 320s, here you go. I'm not that big of a fan of the price tag on those. Now, Martin, you're very correct. If you talk about high-end cigars versus high-end, way overpriced pipe tobacco, you are still going to win with pipe tobacco. I mean, let's look at a pound. A pound of high-end, overpriced pipe tobacco, okay? And then let's compare that to a reasonably affordable but still extremely high-end cigar. A Padron 1, something that we can get here in the United States on a regular basis. You will get 25, or is it 26? It might only be 24. No, I think it's 26. I think there's 26 Padron 1s in a box. 450 bucks. If you bought a pound of pipe tobacco for 450 bucks, high end, the good stuff, you will still get more than 24 or 26 smokes out of that pound. I guarantee it. Man, it is hard to smoke a brisket and pork butts when it's raining. But I will give you a suggestion just in case you ever run into that situation. Anybody, unless it's a high wind, heavy rain volume situation. If you will go to Joann's or whatever artsy place that you can, and you buy some fancy shepherd's hooks. Now those are those things that you stick in the yard and you hang plants on. You go buy 4 of those fancy ones. And then you go to Walmart and you get yourself one of those blue plastic kiddie pools. And you set your shepherd's hooks up and your blue plastic kiddie pool up to cover the firebox and the smoke chamber, and leave your chimney just barely hanging out. You will be able to barbecue in the rain, no problem. I've done it. It's not fun, but I've done it. Yes, Raphael, I saw you smoking that Bahique, and that's exactly what I said. I said, dang! I want one. I'm just glad that somebody I know could get it and enjoy it. That's a hell of a thing. All right, so well, Willie, hopefully you can have some of this rain that's here. Um, yes, Martin, you can use the Academy Sports Pavilion. Don't get me wrong, that can be done. But I've actually had better luck, and it's much cheaper to do just the kiddie pool on some shepherd's hooks. It's keeping the firebox hot and keeping that smoke chamber at the right temperature. That's all that matters. As far as, oh, well, you got to lift the lid. Well, you don't have to do that very often. Just remember the statement: looking ain't cooking. As long as it's in there and you got your temperatures set, it can rain like hell on top of that kiddie pool, and the rain will just fall off. And if you angle it just a little bit and maybe drill a couple of holes on the backside so that the water in that lip will finally drain out over there, you'll do just fine. And I'm telling you, that's a whole lot cheaper than spending $100 for a sports pavilion. It does, Chad. It does. It does sound like a blues song or country. Doesn't really matter either way. Well, as long as it's more than a mankini or a tutu, I guess you're okay, Martin. Shorts, I mean, I guess shirt is optional when you're smoking and barbecuing that way, but I tend to wear a shirt just in case. That is true, Willie. You can get very creative, and it doesn't have to be extremely expensive. Ah, yes. There's Boris coming in with the euro equivalent of what those prices are going to be. And remember that you're actually going to raise that cost compared to the American dollar. So, Raphael, if you think add add 15% to anything that Boris just put on there, and you're going to get pretty close to what it's going to cost here in the United States. So yeah, those the Bahiques are rather expensive, minimally. Well, I mean, if you've already got the pavilion, I can understand that. I'm just trying to give some advice for anybody who is thinking, hey, I might get into doing some barbecue. Uh, And if you start off in the morning and it's going pretty good, but clouds start coming in, sometimes it's a little hard to run over and grab the sports canopy and set that up. Whereas the shepherd's hook and pool idea is one of those, hey, it's an emergency, let me just go ahead and set it up. Oh, so okay, add 20%, not 15%. I'm sorry, I misrepresented. Right, Chad, I agree with you. 10 to 11 pounds easily. Hell, you can get 3 pounds of some Sutliff stuff for just under $100. I know, I've done it. That's why I'm still smoking creamy butterscotch from time to time. I'm about tired of that. But that's true with me on just about anything. When I get down to the last two or three, and when I say tens worth, what I mean is when I only have one or two left to fill up, I'm getting pretty tired of that one specific blend. Unlike Mike and Chad, and those people who only smoke their one specific blend, I do like some variety. Hell, I've been with the same woman for forever. I don't even remember other women hardly anymore. At least let me have some variety in my smoke. Just saying. Uh-oh. Willie's coming back for real life. He's leaving that work life alone. Well, thank God it's Friday and the weekend has arrived. How are y'all doing today, by the way? Chad would be smoking Rustica and nothing but Rustica. What, no old Joe Krantz or no haunted bookshop? I got a feeling there's some lie in there, Chad. So right about the half hour, we will be doing a Nashville tradition. Just getting y'all ready. If you feel like typing your stuff in already, go ahead. We're only about a minute and 45 seconds out. That'll give me just about enough time to take a quick sip of some Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Sitting in traffic for 2 hours, holy crap. That's when I start pig trailing. And by pig trailing, I mean every piece of surface, street, back, alley, sidewalk that's big enough to drive down, dirt road, hind trail that you ain't never heard of that just seems to go the right direction. I am not sitting in traffic for 2 hours. But where I drive, I know where I'm going, so I know all the pig trails too. Sounds pretty good there, Martin. Hey, by the way, just to add something that you might want to try at some point. Marinate a little bit of that chicken in some pickle juice. Yeah, people think that I'm talking crazy when I say that. And the first time I tried it, I was like, this ain't gonna be good. I mean, I was stunned. And I would suggest that sour pickle, kind of like you used to get at the state fair or the movie theater. You know the ones I'm talking about. Don't tell me you don't. You don't want to use sweet pickle, but a dill or something like that in with your marinade does real nice on chicken. Well, I didn't know that, Martin. Not really a big Chick-fil-A fan, though. Uh, Mostly because every time I eat Chick-fil-A, within 15 minutes of finishing, I am stuck in the bathroom until I am empty again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's their lettuce or tomato or something else that they put on there, but and it just might be those damn waffle fries. But I'm gonna be glued to the damn toilet until I got ring around the ass. And I don't much care for that sensation, so I don't normally eat there. So Martin already knows, hey, I'm preaching to the choir here. But for those of y'all who didn't know, yes, use a little pickle juice in your chicken marinades. Set you right up. I don't know exactly what it does, but I'm telling you, it'll be much tastier than your normal, average, everyday marinades. Don't have to take my word for it. I didn't get to be in this shape by being afraid of food. Round is a shape. Yeah, Martin, that's probably just a very short video. Because, I mean, what can you say? Hey, look, here's the times, and here's the temperatures. Chad, thank you very much. Yes, sir. It is that time. Bowl call. For those of y'all unaware, I am smoking an Alec Bradley Black Market. It's a Robusto. It will last the whole of my live stream. But once Chad takes over, I am planning on smoking some more Sutliff Creamy Butterscotch in my old truck cob, which I thought I had lost, but no, I found it again. It's probably the smallest cob I own. It won't even fit a Robusto cigar. I call it my truck cob because it just fits for a drive across town. Rustica and a Sav 27 sounds pretty good there, Chad. Well, looks like Dave is doing his own version of pipe lasagna. Mostly Virginia, but got some Burley in there too, in a Bing's favorite. Scott at the 16th day, howdy sir. Nicaraguan 5,000 cigar from Famous Smoke. Ah, very nice. I've actually had a few of those. Not smoking yet, but saving his Nashville County for whenever he knows that there's enough Nashville County to smoke. Good man there, Boris. Good man. if y'all are wondering why I really tend to smoke a cigar on a Friday, it's because it is so much easier to control whether it's going to stay lit. And a touch-up is just that. And I find that I normally got a lot of stuff to say on Fridays. I try to keep it calm, cool, collected. By the way, I need to go check out a certain video from a certain Canadian guy. Here he had a rant today, and I gotta make sure I see that. So for any of those who are in the path of Elsa or drying out from Elsa, how are y'all doing specifically? Just trying to check in on you, basically. Yes, I mean, I do realize, look, if Dave's here saying, hey, he's here, that means he didn't get too badly hit by Elsa, but, I mean, there's been times where I've seen water within 3 feet of the door, and I would be soggy. But I still had power on at the house, so I was good. Now, obviously, anybody who was watching last Wednesday saw that there's a certain person over there in Cape Coral, Florida, that they were having some rain. That's what us Houstonians would call rain. Real rain. This little bit of dripping stuff that's coming down, if you listen just right, you can hear it. That's not rain. That's just a good little drenching sprinkle. Real rain, I have water over the curb. It takes at least 2 inches an hour for 5 hours to get that far. Though at 5 inches an hour, it will take about 30 minutes. Been both situations. It's not too fun any way you go about it. But I do like the sound of rain. Oh, y'all had a pillow cushion blow over. Yeah. I hear that the plastic chair damage was extensive. People had to go out in their yards and pick them back up. But I'm glad to hear that you basically got to see her pass by and she was gone. Now, being that we are now officially, truly in hurricane season, those of you who do happen to be in those places and locations where it's a necessity, make sure you got yourself your go kit ready and fully stocked and ready to go for easy access. I know I shouldn't have to warn anybody who's in those locations. I mean, most of us are old enough and adult, but sometimes it just helps to be reminded and say, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Go ahead and get it done. There is nothing like Ooh, hey, look, the whole Nashville Mafia Live is back with us. Well, now I feel bad. So, just for Willie, because you missed it earlier, bowl call, sir. You're running behind. We did that about 10 minutes ago. But we love you, sir. We love the sauce boss. Now, y'all remember, this is this is tailgating. So if y'all have questions that y'all want to discuss amongst yourselves, I'd be happy to help facilitate that. Such as if somebody wants to ask Willie barbecue questions or Martin or myself, I mean, feel free, jump in here. Ooh, what was that? Okay, Monte Cristo Platinum Toro after I put on the brisket, set up the 5 string, set up the live stream, light up some haunted bookshop in a cob, and if that gets smoked, then maybe an Alec Bradley Project 40. The Alec Bradley Project 40s are pretty nice, light, easy to smoke. Just be aware that you're going to be catching a little bit of like across the street from a honeysuckle bush type of a flavor and tea. At least that's what I always got. But it's good stick, and for the price, hard to beat. I do like that idea for a bug out bag, Dave. That seems like pretty fun stuff. Oh, don't do that to a mirror. Come on, Willie. You're gonna hurt my heart breaking a mirror in with Captain Black Grape. Ugh. That is going to be an interesting thing, Chad. Can John access the Nashville Mafia Live channel at the same time? That's probably kind of difficult, being that it would probably log one of you out while the other one's going. Woo! Customized logo with the lava lamp. A fine, upstanding member of the community. Sleeping late and smoking tea. Not exactly, but you will get those flavors, Chad. Oh, I didn't say that you're gonna ghost your mirror. I said you're gonna break your mirror. Ugh. Howdy, Jeff. Great to see you in, sir. Oh, man. At some point, I get to go in and cook dinner. But luckily, there's plenty of dinner to cook. Oh, come on, Martin. That's just wrong. Good old capitation barf grape is smooth. Mm. Yes, Captain Black Grape. I know. Well, Chad is always channeling some kind of music. I mean, he'll ask crazy stuff like, who is John J. Cale? Hey, if I didn't have to look it up the other day, I wouldn't have known either. That's right. It should be the Nashville Mafia logo rising. Anybody got any good plans for the weekend? I'm hoping to just stay dry. Quite honestly, I was thinking about getting some burgers out on the grill. Then I looked at the weather report and realized that ain't going to happen. Very good, Chad. Not a problem. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fact that you have nothing to do on a weekend. I feel bad for my wife. She keeps saying, I'll have to work on the weekend. Her damn communist slave driving masters are killing her. Yes, Martin, we probably could go into an in-depth view of Habanos and Maduros and, Connecticut's, Sumatras, Corojos. The problem would be if you don't have a chart right with you. The explanations sometimes of the colors you're going to see or the flavors that you're going to actually be acquiring off of such things, it's a little difficult to explain. And the smallest chart that I've ever had, which I don't have right now, but that I ever had to explain all that, would take most of a high school blackboard. And that's just, let's just say it's going to take a whole lot more time than what we've really got between now and when Chad starts his normal live stream. Howdy, Josh. Bacon is the only flavor for breakfast. I'm not so sure about tobacco. Yeah, bacon old fashioned, just not really so much for me. All right, Boris is watching Tour de France and that one game on Sunday. Well, it won't be that one game of hockey on Sunday because hockey is pretty much done for the season. Willie, I have also heard that Briarworks is really, really a neat place to go hang out. Maybe one day. Well, Chad, I am not going to the Olympics, but I know which team I'd be cheering for. Anybody guess Team USA, then you'd probably be correct. Though some of our athletes really, really need to be turned over a knee and spanked. I mean, there are people that have trained for going to the Olympics pretty much for their whole lives. And they get beat out by someone who hit the genetic lottery. And that person goes into immediately saying how piss poor their country is. Whereas you go to some of these other countries where some of these athletes, especially the female ones, are treated like third class citizens. But you don't ever hear those people saying, oh my God, my country's so bad. They're just like, no, I'm very happy to be here and to represent my country. Stupid American privileged athletic POSs. Well, that sounds like it'd be a pretty good time there, Willie. Howdy, Steph. How are you doing today? Now, if we could do like Olympic pipe smoking, I have a feeling that Chad's going to win the cob competition. He's got that cob that's a ringer. The carbon cob. The workhorse. Yeah, we know how it is. I am doing excellent, Steph. Glad to see that you are doing better. Been a little worried about you ever since you had to check into the hospital there. Alright, so my little clock here is running pretty much right up on the hour, maybe a little bit ahead, but not by much. Chad, are you going to be doing your live stream today? And when would you like to start, sir? I didn't bring the tablet out because it is raining, and, well, electronics and rain aren't really the greatest of friends. Bowl packing and slow smoking as an Olympic sport. And Holly's laughing about that. She says that sounds dirty.
I did not say that.
She didn't actually say that. Sure, Chad. If you want to hang for another hour over here, that's fine. Howdy, DDT. How are you, sir? Glad to see you, by the way. So, While we have just a few minutes, I would like to remind y'all we need to pack Martin's live stream tonight. Get him over that 60 hump. Get him into that 100 area. He's trying to give away tobacco. Real tobacco, not just fake tins that we use to buy him shots. We're talking about real tobacco. I saw a tin of 965 in there that I would love to put my name on. Probably I won't, but I'd love to put my name on it. Of course, if I put my name on it, you can expect that there would be zero tobacco left in it. Promise you that. Oh, sorry about that, Josh. Well, if your movie ends soon enough, being that Martin's show is like almost 5 hours from now. Actually, it's only 4 hours from now. Sorry. Can't help you there. But if you're watching The Hobbit or any of those movies, you can pretty much finish it all the way through before Martin's show comes on. So we would love to see you there. But take care and enjoy the time with your family. By the way, Martin, did that get me 110s? I don't care. They're also giving away a Larry Blackett tamper tonight. 110s a ticket. The 410 Larry Blackett tamper is freaking awesome. I got one. It's amazing. I'm telling you, you all want it. I will not be trying to win, so you should have better odds. I don't think that I should try to win another one from Martin. I already won the first one. Don't see any reason to try and bogart them. Smoking an ARG, and I can't pronounce it, forget it. But I'm glad you're enjoying it there, Steph. So, Scott, the thing to do is to kind of just sit back and enjoy the show as it goes. And then as more and more it makes sense, I'm going to say that as they start making more sense, that's when you start really playing around with the tins. But I will tell you that every time that you type in exclamation point shot and you're at the exact right time, you just gave 250 tins back to Martin so that he can drink. He's not sending you any of that shot, but if you save your tins, then when things like the Larry Blackett tamper come up, or there's various other giveaways throughout the year, well, then you have those tins and you're ready to go. Yes, Steph. Almost everything that you type in there with exclamation point at the very beginning is going to cost you a 10. In fact, just saying McFly cost you 88 tins. But I like hanging out with little Marty because he's freaking awesome. By the way, on the 4th of July, did y'all remember to text in and tell McFly to have a happy birthday? I did. I would have called, but I didn't want to tear up all that amount of time because I know I'd probably talk to him for about a half hour. Martin, that is very true. We do like seeing that you're hammered. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that he had such a good birthday present and was able to, and that you were able to capitalize on such things. No, there is a first-rate Janice push going out tonight. We'll have to see if that can happen. Well, very cool. Very, very cool. Glad that that could work out for you. Oh. And can anybody check on Chad to see if he's started up or not? Just trying to make sure. Oh no, Boris. When he shortened the shot clock, he was definitely hammered. Oh, okay. So I am seeing that Chad's channel just sent me the final dinger saying he's up. All right, so everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do the best you can on that. We're doing really good with that. Let's keep it up. And as per always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I'll see you on Chad's channel here in just a minute. Bye now.